people of God, how's it going? Today's Seeds of Hopes is a busy day with planting some seeds. And I wanted to read to you Psalm 63. It says this: "You, God, are my God. Earnestly I seek you. I thirst for you. My whole being longs for you. In a dry and parched land where there is no water. I have seen you in the sanctuary and beheld your power and your glory. Because your love is better than life, my lips will glorify you. I will praise you as long as I live, and in your name I will lift up my hands. I will be fully satisfied as with the richest of foods. With singing lips, my mouth will praise you." On my bed, I remember you. I think of you through the watches of the night, because you are my help. I sing in the shadow of your wings. I cling to you. Your hand upholds me. I love this piece of scripture, and I often read it when I go do visitations with people. But this one speaks to me in a lot of ways. Right now, I'm really thirsting for the Lord. You know, it feels like we're in dry, parched lands, and everywhere we look, we're just seeing a scatter of destruction, and we long for something that fills us. Today I ate, I think it's called a tangelo. It's like a tangerine orange. I don't know, but it was so good. And when I opened it and I peeled the skin back, the fragrance of that reminded me of an orange blossom, and it just brought me to spring, and it made me think, what are the things in my life that I am feeling that's making me feel that way? It also talks about wanting water and being in a dry, parched land. All right, confession time. Last week I went about a day or two without watering some of my seeds, and I may or may not have lost a couple of dusty millers in the process. Yeah, it happens. It happens to all of us. But I got back on board. I made sure to check them, water them, and they bounced back. I did lose a couple, but most of them bounced back. You know, in our lives, where are we? Where are you? In need of some deep, deep water. A deep glass of refreshing water from God. Where are you drying up? Where are you saying, my whole being longs for you? There's no water in this land. Everything is dry. I need you. You know, and then it goes on and it says, I have seen you in the sanctuary and beheld your power and your glory. It's important, I think, for us to name where we see God in this world. Where is God at work in your life and in people around you's life and life in the world? I would love to hear your comments in the posts below. Let me know. Where are you seeing God at work? Hold on to hope, people of God. It's been a rough weekend. And now it looks like we're moving into more conflict that hopefully will settle things, but who knows? But what we can hold on to, even when the world is at war, and even when things seem to be so dry and parched like a desert that we're so thirsty, we know that God is there. We can hold hope that no matter what, God is with us. I pray that you would know that today. I pray that you would share that with others who are worried, with others who are concerned. And know that we'll make it through. Spring is around the corner. It's getting warmer every day. Blessings, people of God. It's time to plant some seeds. Well, today begins our week 10 of planting. It is March 2nd, and I have a few things that I'm going to plant. First, I need to do what's called cold stratifying. of bells of Ireland. This is new. I've never planted these or grew them. And apparently for about a week before you do, you need to put them on a paper towel, get them wet, and then put them in the fridge. And then in the next week you take them out and then you plant them. So we'll do that today and see how that works. And then I have an overabundance of sweet peas that I'm going to plant. Last year was my first year of planting sweet peas, and I was very thrilled and excited and surprised at how they did. So I learned with sweet peas, what you want to do is you want to plant them in something that has a deep well or a deep base, because their roots do not like to be disturbed whenever you transplant them. And so you want to make sure that you put them in something that you don't disrupt their roots as much. And so you really need something that's deeper, and I'll show you what I have. So I have some regular sweet peas that I got like from Menards or Walmart. This one too. And then this one is one of my fancier ones that I got from Baker's Creek. And so I'm really excited to have those. I will be planting those in 2 different type of pots. The first is going to be these. I actually got these at Walmart. I ordered some on Amazon, and they're really expensive on Amazon. And so I thought, well, I'm gonna give these a try because they were only $5. And I can't put them apart. But what they are is they have a deeper, as you can tell, growing area. And the bottom does have some, a hole for water and for air pruning, which would be very helpful. I'm not entirely sure what this part is for. Maybe I'll do a couple. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But they'll go inside of my tray. So I do from time to time use plastic. Sometimes you just can't get away from it. I mostly do soil blocks in trays like this or in my other trays, which I'll start next week. And also planting today, you get them all over here, my week 10 items. I'm planting my salvia. I absolutely love these. These are one of my favorite ones. And so I'm gonna do about 80 of these this year. And then I'm planting some eucalyptus. These are the silver plate eucalyptus from Johnny Seeds. And then of course some echinacea. I love echinacea. This is a great plant and it will come back year after year after year. And this one is gorgeous. It's a double one. Isn't that beautiful? And then I gotta get some basil started, some of my herbs. So I have a purple, it's a dark purple opal from Baker's Creek. And then another one I found, it's the same one, but it's by a different, I think I got this at Walmart. So I thought, well, let's give it a try. Because if this turns out as good as this one, and this one was cheaper. So we'll see. And then I have some basil. I normally get it from Baker's Creek, but they were sold out. So I got this one, I think, at Walmart. So those are the ones that I'm starting this week. And I'm gonna be doing a lot of them with the small soil blocks, like I did for my snapdragons. And then next week, I'll do maybe a few more. I'll stagger my sweet peas. And then I have 2 weeks off, and then I start again. All right, I'm gonna show you what some of the snapdragons are looking like. Let's go take a look. Well, here they are in all of their glory. Like I said, I took off the lid on quite a few of them, and the lids, and I forgot to water them for a day or two. And so my Dusty Miller got really upset. Ugh, I thought I lost them all, but I did not. I think out of them, actually look like they're all coming back pretty good. This one in the corner right there was the one that I did not think was gonna come back, or this one. I think that one and that one dried up. That one doesn't look very good either. Otherwise, the rest of them did not germinate. Remember, this only had a 75% germination rate. So I'm gonna hunt for some more Dusty Miller, and then I'll fill the other cubes and see how that goes. So here is my snapdragons. Look at my babies. They are doing so good. I have to churn them because they're trying to grow that way. Oh, look how sweet. They're all looking so good. So what I'll do is I'll let them keep doing this. And I'll leave the lid on until I absolutely cannot anymore. And then once they start to grow a bit more and get like a set of true leaves, then I'll transplant them. But otherwise I'll let them just keep doing their thing. And then there's my onions in the back. They're doing really, really good. They need some water, but they're doing really, really good. So all of them are doing great. Everything is growing beautifully. All of my snapdragons are coming along. Yeah, they're doing so good. All right, let's get planting. So something that I do is I make what's like a tea of these mosquito bites or these mosquito bits, and I end up putting it in with some water. And what this does is it allows all of those little fungus gnats to be eaten before they become anything. And so I believe you'll have to read the instructions. It's like so many teaspoons per so much, or tablespoons, or whatever. I don't know. I just throw some in. All right, and then you let it sit for like 20 minutes, and then you strain it, and it's ready to use. And I have a little strainer on here, so I'll use that. Okay, so I am planting some snapdragons, and this is the other one. They're all wet because I just washed them. They were outside, so I brought them in, washed them with soapy water, and then made sure I sprayed some bleach on them so that I don't have any fungus or anything weird growing. Now these I bought last year, and they were really expensive. They were like, I think expensive, $30 for, and I'll show you how many. But look at this, it's like starting to fall apart already, and I used it once. Granted, I'm bad about how I keep my pots, and I just kind of left them in the shed. So that's probably on me. That didn't help. But, you know, if I'm spending $30 that only hold like, I think if I calculate right, like 30 things, I want it to last more than 1 year, you know? I want it to last a couple of years. So, let me finish all of these up and I'll show you what I'm doing. They just snap together like this. And what's beneficial about that is then when it's time to plant, you just lay it flat and open it, and then you can take it out without disturbing the roots. And so there are some plants like not snapdragons, I keep saying snapdragons, say the wrong thing. Plants like sweet peas that really do not like their roots to be disrupted. So that's why it is helpful. What I'll do is I'll take this and throw some in, because really, by the time the roots get down to the bottom, they will not be that small. They'll be strong roots, so I can save on some of my nice fine dirt with my leftover from when I sifted all of it. I'm just gonna fill them all. Now this is really dry. I normally don't fill it with dry, but it's fine. Now we'll add the other dirt. And this dirt is still moist. It's still wet from when I did it last time, and that's okay. It's fine. It won't hurt anything to sit wet in there. It's okay. And it doesn't sit long, and I had the lid kind of covered, but not really, you know? And this is that really nice fine because I sifted it soil. Again, I use that Fox Valley or Fox Farms. But I think I want to do an experiment where I take soil from the Fox Farm and like a coconut and perlite, coconut husks, and see like which one's better. Does it really matter if I use that big fancy one, or is it the same? I don't know. I think that would be very interesting. So just plant them. And I'm kind of shoving it in to make sure that I get all of those air pockets out. So we'll fill all these up and then we'll get planting. All right, so now I'm getting ready to finish filling my last sweet pea tray. Don't mind the bag of dirt bag of garbage back there. And then I will get started on filling them. And I'll put, in a lot of them, I'll put 2 per tray, just because some of these are like Walmart and Menards, and they don't really have good germination rate. Now, sweet peas do not like heat, so I will be putting these under the light near my window, closest to the ground in my basement here, because they like the cold. And as it gets, oh my gosh, this thing's kicking my butt. There we go. As we get closer to it being spring, I'll actually put them outside. They do not mind 20-degree weather. They will last just fine in that and be happy. So, I'll just fill them all. Oh, and I did find out what this extra little tray is. It's a watering thing. It helps it to water. So it's a self-watering. You just put water in there and then it makes sure that everything gets water, which is really nice because sometimes it's hard to find how you're gonna get water into things when they fill up the entire tray. So now what I need to do is I need to go through and figure out how many of each of these I have and make some name tags. And I'm gonna make some name tags. Oh, I do want to soak these too. So I should probably put them in a tray, count them and soak them. I really like to soak them beforehand. I like to do it like 24 hours beforehand, but honestly, I don't have time this week to do that. So that's not gonna happen. So there's 2. So now we're gonna get some sweet peas in. We're gonna do the sweet pea salmon first. Now ideally I would have had these soaking for 24 hours, but like I said, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, and I don't have time, and I've thought of this today, so this is what I am doing. And it is okay. And the reason why you soak them typically is it just helps to get them to germinate. So I'll just make sure these are nice and, you know, they stay nice and wet for a long time. So now I'm just dropping them in, and they gotta, you know, I'll cover them with some soil. So, I'm putting 2 in a couple of them. So this is sweet pea salmon, this one's sweet pea salmon. There, you could see it. I thought that I needed another one, but I don't, so I will use that for something else. And let's do some galaxy mix in this one. Let's get some dirt. This is some of my freshly sifted, so we'll cover it nicely. And this one is really wet because the soil that I put in was wet, so I will not water it as well as the other ones, but I will still water it. Well, thank you so much for joining me today as I got some planting done. I hope that these are times and opportunities and moments that you can have some space, maybe get some inspiration. Have a great day.